Josh Newton here with another video for you. I'm going to tell you something about what happened to me today and a new milestone in my weight loss journey. Today I weighed in, I lost 76 pounds since February 1st. Also went to the doctor today and I've been taking off my blood pressure medicine. I had a blood pressure of 118/72. He says these are miraculous results and some of the best that he's seen. So you're going to witness it right here, me throw my blood pressure medicine in the trash. There it goes. No more blood pressure medicine. Now, if you guys watch my other videos, you know that my weight loss journey has happened due to me eating more raw fruits and vegetables in a raw vegan lifestyle. I bought the NutriBullet, which helps me to puree some of the vegetables, so I'm getting the maximum amount of nutrition in my body without having to eat, abnormally large amounts of fruits and vegetables at the same time. Typically, you wouldn't eat, a banana, some spinach, some blackberries, carrots, all in the same meal. I mean, you just wouldn't do that. But with my NutriBullet, I can, blend that down into a very fine smoothie, and it opens up the cells and the vegetables and fruit, and opens up all the nutrition. And when you drink these things, man, I'm telling you, you feel amazing. They give you super energy. It's crazy. It's just phenomenal what they do for you. And ever since I discovered this, I've been losing weight. Like I said, 76 pounds since February 1st. That's 3.5, 4 months. That's amazing. That's great results. And recently I've stepped up, my cardio, going to the gym, and things like that. That's also helping me out now. I just feel amazing. There's no other way to put it. That's how I feel. And I want to talk to you more about how food addiction makes you miserable, and how I can relate it to even drug addiction compared to heroin addiction. You wouldn't believe how addicted to food people are. And one of the biggest things that happened to me when I went to the doctor and found out I had diabetes was, for the last 1.5 to 2 years, I've been isolating myself inside of my apartment. I've been in a super depression, and it's a direct result of what I've been eating. And I just figured that out. I let atmospheric, outside things affect me, and thinking that, that was my only problem. And I was trying to fix that, but just couldn't figure it out. But then when I found out, I had diabetes, I said, hey, I have to do something, and I have to do it now. So, I started just researching all that I could, and found out that, a raw vegan life. I've seen these videos about raw vegans talking about how they can reverse the symptoms of diabetes within 30 days just by eating a raw vegan diet. So the more I started to research it, the more and more I started finding out, and I started buying into this. I was like, well, you know what, I might as well try. I've tried everything else, and it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had to get rid of everything out of my house. I still do. I'm not gonna lie. I eat meat at dinner time because my wife's father and mother have a cow farm, and they have hogs and stuff, and they give us meat, eggs, and stuff like that. So I've just really, what I've done is I cut down. I don't eat meat until dinner time. Then I eat a 4 to 6 ounce portion of meat, and I try to keep that as lean as possible. And I eat a 4 to 6 ounce portion of meat, and then I have a salad with that. That's what I eat. And I have smoothies for breakfast and dinner. I make protein bars out of nuts and seeds and fruit, and I dehydrate those also as snacks to eat. So I'm eating, sometimes 6 small meals a day, counting my smoothies and my snacks. and things like that, as I've said before. But here I'm going to go into food addiction and explain how you may not realize how addicted to food that you may be, or that others around you are. Now, in eating a raw food diet, basically, if you think about it, some point in time we started cooking food. And that's not natural. We're the only animals on the planet that do that. What cooking food does is it breaks it down to be directly digested. And all the calories are directly absorbed in your body. It breaks down the fiber, and all the things in the food that you cook go directly into your system and are absorbed by your body. Now, if you're eating a raw vegan, diet, you're going to get a lot of more fiber to help keep from absorbing too much of those unneeded things like sugar and other things. So, basically, with food and addiction, this is how it works. Our bodies adapt to whatever we do, and that's the science behind the human molecule, is for the fact that it's human nature that no matter what situation we are put in, we eventually adapt to that somehow, some way. Our body, it's amazing what happens. So somewhere along the line, we stopped eating raw foods, and we started eating, meat and dairy, and started cooking everything. Well, that's the source of all the disease in the world. It is breaking down those foods to where they can be absorbed into your body at high rates. So we don't need to extract sugar. We don't need to do none of that. We need to get it naturally from its source, from the plant. Let's eat the plant. Let's not extract things. Let's make smoothies and blend our, vegetables up with our fruit, and it's amazing. It's awesome. You can look up NutriBlast recipes or green smoothie recipes online and learn more about. I haven't got any recipes for you today. In the future, I'll put some more on here, but I don't have any. But you can learn more about that. What I'm getting at is that food is very addictive. I've recently just completely wiped out gluten from my diet. Now all I'm eating is fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And well, like I said, I still eat meat for dinner, but it's the 4 to 6 ounce serving. I try to eat more fish and chicken in my diet, and turkey, things like that. However, I do get free meat from our family, so that's one thing it's hard for me to put down. And that's something that eventually in the future I am going to put down. But right now, it's economically, I'm making an excuse, I know, but I'm still losing the weight. I'm feeling great. I'm not putting too much of that in my body. I'm making baby steps for this. I'm taking a step at a time. Like I said, I just cut out gluten. And then in the future, I'm just going to, cut the meat out, and then I'm going to be full-blown raw vegan. And, well, one of the big things that I've had to do to support this lifestyle is go to my cupboards, go to my refrigerator, and remove all of the things that are bad for me. I've taken out, all the gluten, because what happens when you do this is you're gonna feel great, and you're gonna be like, yes, this is awesome. But after a period of time, you're gonna smell things, you're gonna see things that are gonna start to trigger you. This is the addiction. I mean, I can compare this to heroin addiction. This is how bad, and people don't even realize that. They don't realize how bad their food addictions have gotten, and people can't compare the two. But you got to realize that this is one of the #1 causes of death in the United States, above heroin, above all the drugs. Food kills people, and you guys need to start eating healthy. I'm not trying to preach at you, but I'm just going to show you how I'm doing it and what I'm doing to save my own life, and how other people may need to start looking at, you know, what they are eating, what they're putting into their bodies. You know, like I said, what I've done is like there's things that trigger me big time. Like, so what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to make action plans about, you know, what happens when I go to family dinner and I smell all those cooked foods. You know, it's been tradition in America and other cultures for generations to, you know, have family dinners and things like that. Well, when you start eating this, you know, lifestyle, we gotta stop making exceptions, because those other foods are what were killing us. So what we need to do is we need to make an action plan. We need to eat. We need to fill up. Don't worry about what you're eating. Eating raw. Just do whatever it takes not to fail. So what I'll do is I'll eat. I mean, you wouldn't believe. I'll just eat an abnormally large amount of broccoli with a homemade dressing that I made that's from fruit and vegetables. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of recipes on YouTube to help support your raw lifestyle. There's a lot of gurus out there who I just follow and watch on there and learn different things and how to do this. I mean, I could never imagine myself doing this in the beginning. It was a lot easier than I realized it was. You know, but for me, I took it down a step at a time. Like I said, at first I started eating more of a vegan lifestyle. I started just eating more vegetables, period. And then from there, I started watching more videos about being raw vegan, and then got to where I'm at. But the best thing I can tell you about how to maintain a diet, period, is having an action plan. All right, there's going to be things that are going to trigger you, like walking into the food court, past the food court in the mall. You smell all of those things. They trigger you to feel hunger. But it's not hunger that you're feeling. You're feeling withdrawal from the stuff that you cut out in your life. I mean, like I said, humans adapt to everything that we do, and eating directly affects our pleasure center in our brain. So when we eat, we feel good, we feel content. And then when we don't eat for a while, we start to feel like distraught. Well, what I noticed with eating raw vegetables is that it's not so much about that feeling of withdrawal that you get in your stomach. That happens for a while, then you kind of get over it. Then your body detoxes, and you flush out all the high cholesterol stuff. You know, your blood gets oxygenated. You start feeling better. You have more energy than you ever had in your life. I mean, if everybody just could try this, they would not disagree with me. I guarantee you. I challenge you to try it. Just try it. Take a week, 7 days, and try it. And tell me, if you don't feel better, I don't know what to tell you. Because I guarantee you'll feel better. It works, and I promise it does. But like I said, you're going to have triggers, and you gotta get rid of your triggers. You can't let them affect you. Now you have to have an action plan for every situation that you could go into where you're going to be triggered. I mean, and if you don't know what that is, then you're going to find out soon enough if you do this. Because, I mean, you know, just whenever I make exceptions and do things, I fall. You know, I've binged 3 to 4, 5 good times trying to do this. Like I said, I mean, I seen bread and I'm like, holy crap, there's a whole loaf of bread there. I mean, I ate 3 sandwiches. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. But we're addicted to it. Recently, like I said, I cut out gluten. And it was a lot easier than I ever realized. I mean, after, you know, I've taken all these other steps and I started feeling better, the gluten was just like, here's just another thing. I mean, it's getting easier and easier every day for me. I mean, who wouldn't, you know, make a choice that makes you feel completely, I mean, better? I didn't know that people could feel like this. I feel amazing. And you can too. Just just try it, you know. And like I said, make an action plan for, you know, any situation you can get to. If you're going to go to a family dinner, you know, make a giant salad with lots of things in it and take it with you, and take enough to share with everybody. And don't try to force it upon everybody, because that won't work. You know what I mean? But then have enough that way when you get your triggers from happening, you're going to fill up on these leafy greens, and they're not going to affect your weight. They're not going to affect your health. You're going to feel great afterwards. You can eat as much as you want and feel great and not feel guilty about it. That's what you got to do. You got to make sacrifices. It's not easy. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy at all. But if you do make that sacrifice, you won't regret it in the end. I promise you. That's pretty much all I have for today. You know, I hope that, you know, I can share this with you all and maybe, you know, help another individual out. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos so that more people, they reach more people, and other people, you know, who need this can learn from it. And I can share, you know, I can show you all the raw gurus and everything. I'll leave links in the description box below and everything, so you guys can, you know, learn more, not just from me, but from other people who have made this lifestyle change. All right, thank you very much. We'll see you next time.